ton of new epic Moonrise reveals and some information about Shattered Stars Scorpio, our next month of Shattered Stars that is gonna blow your mind. Get yourselves ready as we count down every single day until Moonrise pre-orders open on November 15th. Let's do it. Big shout outs to everybody who's been supporting our Kickstarter so far for Elestrals Clash. Don't forget, Kickstarter backers get these reveals one day early. But without further ado, let's dive into the reveals. For those who haven't been involved in Shattered Stars, it's an incredible program where we send you 3 packs delivered to your door every single month for just 15 bucks. And those packs change every month with incredible collectible alt art rares that are sure to be dazzling in your collection. And our next series of Shattered Stars does track down the constellations and zodiacs with Scorpio. But right now we have Celebration going on, and you still have time to grab that, including a ton of reverse stellars, 4 reverse stellars. The pull rates have never been better. We've got Stellar Wasp Ivy, Stellar Flammoth, Stellar Imperial, and Stellar Majesty, and a ton of awesome cards to collect like Stained Glass Posthumous and Gloombat, so do not miss out on Celebration Month. But let's shift gears over to Scorpio. I already showed y'all how crazy and amazing that brand new constellation art is, and there are going to be a couple other incredible arts in this pack that you are not going to want to miss out on. The first new common card coming to Shattered Stars on November 1st is Galvenom. Galvenom actually getting a reprint for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, since its introduction in the starter deck, so this is a really nice timed one. 6 attack, 2 defense. I think this card is actually wicked, man. You can expend 3 thunder to target and destroy up to 2 cards, and it's an awesome art style by Daniel Reyes. And our next comment, of course, is none other than Larvacell. Larvacell getting the Dan Suga Mosby treatment here in Shattered Stars. I absolutely love Larvacell, and I know y'all love the Suga Mosby arts, so I hope you guys pick this up in Shattered Stars Scorpio. Of course, I'll have more details about this over the coming days and weeks, so stay tuned as we close out of October and head towards our next chapter of Shattered Stars. All right, let's shift gears back to Moonrise, because I know you guys are excited about that. First things first is our Artemis card. You guys already know about Artemis through the Statue Divine that came out in Shattered Stars, but this is going to be Artemis regular art. You can pull this as a holo rare in your booster boxes, and it is in the starter decks as well. It is a 1-cost Lunar Divine. When you cast it, you can enchant it with up to 3 more Lunar Spirits. You can disenchant a Lunar from this Artemis to target an opponent's face-up card and suppress it until the opponent's next end phase. So not only can you suppress Elestrals, which is essentially turning off their effects as long as they're not on the chain already, but you can also suppress cards like Divines, Stadiums, and Artifacts. You can shut off their effects and completely disrupt their strategy with the power of Artemis. Artemis does have a signature artifact coming in Moonrise, and that is the Bow of Artemis. This is a 1-cost lunar artifact that says the empowered Elestral deals piercing damage. Piercing is the damage that takes place when an attack position Elestral attacks into a defense position Elestral. Typically, no damage is dealt there, but if you have a 3-spirit enchanted Elestral attacking a 1-spirit enchanted defense position Elestral, and they're empowered by the Bow of Artemis, they would take 2 spirits of damage, because you would essentially calculate the damage while they're in defense position. When the empowered Elestral declares an attack, you can Nexus a Lunar Spirit from your Artemis to the empowered Elestral, so you can actually make your Elestral even stronger to ensure that you're dealing that damage. You have the piercing damage, and you can Nexus, and there's a few particular cards in Moonrise that really appreciate receiving Lunar Spirits and receiving Nexuses, so get excited for Bow of Artemis. Now, it may come as no surprise to anybody, but we have a brand new stadium, and that is Temple of the Moon. This is probably my favorite stadium art that we've done. It is absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. Jack and Art did not miss on this one, and much like our other stadiums, it's a 1-cost lunar. It buffs up the lunar Elestrals that are enchanted with lunar by +1/+1, so they get a nice little buff depending on how many spirits they have on them. Pretty standard stuff in terms of what we've done across the board for our stadiums, but we did round out the 8 different stadiums for each element, and Temple of the Moon might just be the best art yet. I've been pretty open about the fact that Omni runes, or runes that can use any element type, are going to be reduced in future sets, and you'll start to see that as more sets come out. I kind of create more element-specific runes, but we do have an Omni rune coming here in Moonrise, and that is Divine Healing, and this card has some really interesting implications. It's a 1-cost rune that allows you to enchant up to 3 spirits from your underworld to a Divine rune on your field. This is basically Ambrosia 2, but you have to do it for your Divine runes, which is very, very interesting, especially considering that it's not element-specific, so you can use this to enchant different elemental spirits to your Divine rune, and then you can utilize cards like Invoke and Counter runes to use those spirits and essentially siphon them off the field. It's a little bit more situational and not quite as ubiquitous as an Ambrosia would be, but there's a lot of really cool things you can do with Divine Healing, and I certainly expect this card to make an impact in Moonrise. Don't forget to check out our incredible Elestrals Clash Kickstarter going on right now, and backers get early access to these reveals one day early, so don't miss out on that as we count down our 32 days of Moonrise until pre-orders open on November 15th. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another epic reveal.